Hello everyone, how are you? So in this lecture we are going to discuss the part 3 of saponin, where we'll be mainly discussing two species, that is ginseng and Siberian ginseng. Now coming to learning outcomes, at the end of this lecture you will be able to outline botanical name, family name, chemical constituents, medicinal uses and side effects of ginseng and Siberian ginseng. Now coming to ginseng, you might have noticed often whenever you buy any health supplement from the herbal sources, it is written as it contains ginseng. So it's always confusing to most of the people what does actually the ginseng means. Is it a chemical constituent or is it the name of a herbal species? What it is actually. The ginseng term, sometimes it is confusing to many people. The term ginseng actually means a perennial herb species that belongs to the genus Panax. So the term ginseng actually is the name of a species that belongs to the genus Panax, which again belong to the family Araliaceae. The name ginseng mainly originates from Chinese words which means Gen Sheng, that means man herb because of the human-like shape of the root or rhizome of the plant. So here is one of the picture of the root or rhizome, you can say, which looks like man. That's why it is known as man herb. And the word Panax means cure all, which is based on a traditional belief that the ginseng has the properties that can heal all types of body diseases. That's how the name came, Panax ginseng. Now, till date, there are 12 species that have been identified under the genus Panax, and among these 12 species, mainly 3 species are found to be useful as herbal medicines worldwide, and these are Panax ginseng, which is also known as Korean ginseng. Second one is Panax noto ginseng, which is known as Chinese ginseng, and the third important one is Panax quinquefolius, which is also known as American ginseng. So as I mentioned, these 3 varieties are found to be most useful as herbal medicines worldwide among all the 12 species. And other plants that have some properties in common with Panax ginseng have been often illegally called ginseng. So the term ginseng actually, even though it represents one of the species, that is Panax ginseng, it is also used to indicate the common properties that is possessed by the other species of Panax. So ginseng has become a blanket term that covers all species with common properties. And the most important used part of this plant is root, that is explored for medicinal uses. And roots are generally collected at the age of 3 to 6 years. Now coming to chemical constituents, ginseng contains up to 3% of saponins, which are known as ginsenosides or panaxosides, and more than 20 ginsenosides have been reported till date. And ginsenosides can be broadly divided into 2 groups based on the carbon skeleton of their aglycons. That is, first one is membrane type saponins. The examples are protopanaxodiols and protopanaxotriols, which accounts for significant portion of saponins of ginseng species. And the second class is olenin type saponins, where one of the example which is found to be most important, that is ginsenoside RO. And it is important to note that except this type, that is ginsenoside RO, it is very rare. So this is one of the example of protopanaxotriol, which upon dehydration forms panaxotriols. So if you can see protopenexetriol, okay, as the name indicates, it should contain actually 3 hydroxyl group, but if you look at the structure, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 hydroxyl group. Still it is known as triol because it is the protoform of penexetriol, which upon dehydration it gives penexetriol. So you can see in penexetriol it has 3 hydroxyl groups, 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, another example is protopenexidiol, which upon dehydration gives penexidiol. So penexidiol contains 2 hydroxyl group, whereas the protoform it contains 3 hydroxyl group. Now these are the examples of some of the saponins containing sugar moiety. You can see ginsenoside, RH1, RG2, RG3, RG3 again with the different sugar moieties, and this is another example, that is ginsenoside RO. Now can I ask you one question here? Which among these 2 types of ginseng saponin belongs to Dembrin type of triterpenoidal saponin? Yes, your answer is this one. Why? Because it contains tetracyclic ring. Whereas the second is an example of olenin type saponin because it contains pentacyclic ring. And what is common in both this structure, even though it is tetracyclic and this one is pentacyclic in nature, both of them have 30 carbon. Now coming to biosynthesis of ginseng saponins, most of the ginseng saponins are biosynthesized from 2,3-oxidosqualene, which upon treatment with Dembrin diol 2 synthase gets converted into Dembrin diol 2, and this Dembrin diol 2 acts as a precursor for Dembrin type of ginseng saponins. So this Dembrin diol 2 further converts into protopenexidiol, and which upon reaction with various sugars it gives rise Dembrin type saponin. Similarly, this 2,3-oxidosqualene upon treatment with beta-amyrin synthase gets converted into beta-amyrin, which is again a precursor for the olenin type saponins. So beta-amyrin gets converted into oleanolic acid. Now coming to medicinal uses of ginseng saponins. Before we talk about medicinal uses of ginseng saponins, I would like to mention here is the fresh ginseng species tend to be degraded at room temperature. So that's why they need to be processed, and they are mainly processed into 2 types, that is white ginseng through air drying of the root, and red ginseng through root steaming following by air drying. Now, among these 2 types, it has been observed that red ginseng is more beneficial as compared to fresh as well as white ginseng because of 3 reasons. Red ginseng is found to be beneficial as functional food or nutritional supplements, and red ginseng is also found to have higher pharmacological and medicinal functions as compared to fresh and white ginseng, and it also useful or beneficial in reducing side effects as compared to the other 2 varieties. Coming to medicinal uses, it has an adaptogenic effect, that is anti-stress or anti-fatigue in nature. It also found to improve the both physical and mental performance, including learning, memory and physical capabilities. It also improves the immune function, liver function and metabolism, and it can also stabilizes blood glucose and blood pressure. Ginsenoside believed to act on CNS as well, and also found to have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, and cortisol modulating effects. Now does it mean that even though it has a lot of useful medicinal uses, it can be taken as much as you want? The answer is no. There is also ginseng abuse syndrome. That means if you take ginseng in excess quantities, it may lead to hypertension, skin eruption, edema, diarrhea, even mastalgia in female. Mastalgia means breast pain. These are some of the marketed preparation of ginseng saponins that are available in the market. Now coming to Siberian ginseng, which is another species of ginseng. Its botanical name is Eleutherococcus senticoccus. Here the rhizomes are used for their medicinal effect, and it contains constituents termed as erythrocyte glycoside A to G and M. A to G means A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Here the Panax type ginsenosides are not found in Siberian ginseng, and it also has coumarins and a group of compounds which are called heteroglycans, that are also known as eleutherans A to G, which have a hypoglycemic effect. The plant has been used in China for many centuries for the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis. These are some of the references from where you can find more knowledge about these two species if you want to study. That's all for today's lecture. Thank you so much.